All right, folks, we got Trump hitting the Mars mission with the Zelle in the sky and the Netanyahu, and then we're being told that Zelensky targeted Putin's home with the drones, and then Justice Mission 2025 is being announced with China, and Justice is another name for Jesus. So these crossroads and such that have been laid upon America have been shown under the 480 clips, and all these things are coming into a session on the world stage as the dawn of time is before you, and that dawn of the ice age and such is connecting points of time. So as 6667 is the 6 year, 6 month, 6 day marker of the 12/1/19 Wuhan, and that's going to connect you to your 3/11/9. It connects you to your trade towers 93 and your September 11th and days and such. Gotten into this before, and then also your Charlie Kirk connects to your 3/1/19, and I showed you all that on a post. Your Tate, who just paid for himself to be losing and those types of things, or bet on himself losing, those are about, that's a 3/11/9. So all these little things are wrapping into a little clock mechanism to show us these things as coming over on a big picture. So the tit for tat and Trump setting up this, that, and the other, and then the Texas Stock Exchange coming, the BRICS coming, having to get out of the petrodollar system and get into the BRIC system, and turning your back on this kind of thing, and then selling the American debt for pennies on the dollar for that Chapter 11 bankruptcy that where Don's in the time frame. So all these things are lining up as far as coming into that so-called go-olden ratio, and that go-olden ratio with the Biden and such, that dark light coming on that spectrum as that auto mechanism, the auto pin, the Jack and Jill, that docs here, all plays a session on that side. The 6/7, Michael Pence turned 67. He's born on 6/7. The 59, that's the 45. He's born on the 45, and all those things. That's where he can take in the old moonwalkers and such on this side, or this style of America. And then him being this segment of Christian and shining this type of light will go against the America, and that USSR kind of thing, or whatever that's lining up. And then that's why you have Harry from the Royals, from the SUS sex, the Sussex and all that stuff lining up for Sodom and Gomorrah, and that the Big Bang session over there, and then the Alpha and Omega that we've gotten into before, and their ties to Hollywood. So the Venezuela, Pirates of the Caribbean stuff going on down there, the Justice Mission, the drones, the mothership, all these things are all going together, folks, as you have the Atlas, the third interstellar visitor here, as you have AI, as you have digital money. You're in that system of the pyramid of the Egyptian god coming back that we're told in Matthew, I think 2:15 or whatever. And that's the Jesus. That's the Israel, the ISIS Rael. So this ISIS, this bridegroom situation, the unveiling, the apocalypse, the UN veiling, and the UN, you out. So the UN comes in as the serpent rises up, as that Red Queen is coming in and bit the drone worker in a way, that cubicle where you're being put into that hive the HIV mentality and such, and that Magic Johnson, I think he turned 67 this year too. So that's where you have the HIV replay, as you have Tinder and all these things playing a part. And I told y'all way back when, beware of, or the woman beware of gift suck or whatever. And you got the serpent seed rising, and showing aliens shit comes out and whatever else. But the Trump being Putin through the sky, and the dragon coming, and that Justin's son, and the electronic era, and all those things are going to be playing out for you in the future. And then your coins, once they get to a certain point and being used and all this stuff or whatever, it's where I could probably see them stop being traded or going up and down in value. It's where they're kind of like stabilized, and it's based on, and it goes up and down based on cause and effect in a way, buy and sell. So that's where I've told you way back when, where certain coins are going to be related to certain products, and then it's going to be a push like this. It's the same thing, just in a different manner. Either way, folks, we are live on all these little different plays of the 80s and 90s and 70s and 60s and all this stuff, and it's all coming into a nice little focal point. And that breakout 75 or whatever that documentary is or whatever, all that stuff is going to be playing out in your world in a little flip-flop fashion. So flip-flops are for those sands of time that's been trickling out, and you're at that top of that time mountain and such in a way, and that's where it gets flipped upside down, and those who are on top start out at the bottom, and then you fall down to the lower depths. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at, and that's where your chakra is, and that's where the oil that's hardening up, the Christos, the Christ, and all those things that have been taken out of you in one spectrum and put back into you in another spectrum. It's the yellow, black, gold liquid and whatever. So that's the yellow sun, the dark sun that comes in through the eclipse, that the penumbra, whatever it's called, stall eclipse, where it goes the opposite direction, tells you that it's not the sun or the moon that causes the eclipse. It's the dark sun, and this is what all the ancients talked about. But this is where you just landed on this earth, brought all this food you can't eat that keeps you sustained or whatever, this ultra processed food. So as the age of Ultron comes on, and the AI's been taken out of you, you got the freedom, but you missed the liberty, which is freedom with responsibility. And you're putting all your responsibility on someone else. Doctor, how can you fix me? Well, let food be thy medicine. I can no longer do anything for you. And the doctors are part of that Peking DAC, because they're just part of the fucking quack system. Quack, 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 quack. The quack is the whack, because they're supposed to just be whacking your arm or leg off, or they whack the wiener off with your circumcision. It's all programming into what we see now. Oil's been taken out and replaced. And this yell out, gold, go! I'm older than you. You respect me. They respect all ages. Fucking moonwalkers. Well, your dark side's about to shine as your old anus comes over the throne. The dark sun on the backside, flipped over. And notice it has the UN in it. S-U-N, the snake, the serpent rising up and down. UN? Nope. Because your Christos, your pineal, your oil It's all been hardened up with the fluoride. And that fluoride is part of that Satan. You've been cast down to the ground. And that Florida and the day Satan, the des anti everything. Let's go back to the sunshine state. Oh, that dark light's coming too. The China dragon, all the stuff that comes from there. We're gonna have to go back to cleansing in a way where you're gonna have to eat locally. You're gonna have to eat seasonally. You have to cleanse the body. You might have to eat carrots for 6 months straight. That's all you get. Nothing but carrots. Nothing but raw salad. No dressing. Just cold pressed olive oil. And apple cider vinegar with the mother. So you can rebuild your gut. You might have to fast a little bit. Go in that so-called bed rest. You got to kill off those microorganisms, those antibiotics that have come over you to bring you into that biogenesis mechanism, such as was not since the beginning of the earth, the world. And we're at that time of a new heaven, a new earth. As the DNA, food and drug administration has come together, food be thy medicine. So if the food is doing this, and you're not eating it right, it's going to do this, and you go to this person who's not telling you to eat food, because food's thy medicine, and you don't know which food to eat, and you eat everything in the box that's ultra processed. It's like you just landed here. You have no concept of the world around you anymore, because you're of the image, the motion picture given life, and that's been given life through the family that you have been grown into, and you're at these time frames. And this is where Jesus says you got to leave that which has been brought before you and come out of it. You got to fast for maybe 3 days, 3 years. You got to fast from it for 40 days, 40 months. Those types of things, to come out of it, to change the frequency. 12 disciples, the 12 tribes, 12 chakras, all this stuff is about you. They're telling you it's about history and all this other garbage. It's a literal book. It's literally about you.